Start a new drawing by clicking this drop down arrow. Click new. And in this drawing, I'm using millimeters. So I'm going to use Acadiso 3D template for metric units and click open. I'm just going to open my reference drawing, which is this one here. And adjust my window to give space for my reference drawing. And make sure to work on parallel projection. Click this drop down arrow, select parallel. And I'm going to start working from front view. So go to custom view, select front. And go down to the status bar and make sure your ortho mode is on. And also dynamic input. And just turn off the grid. Object snap tracking. Object snap, selection cycling, and 3D object snap. Now L for line, enter, click anywhere on the screen, move your cursor upward for 13.2 and enter. I'm just gonna click zoom extent and another line from this end to this point is 3.5. So L for line, in point, move your crosshair to the right for 3.5 and then move upward, and the distance here is 3.1 shown here. So L, enter 3.1, enter, and to your left for 3.5, move upward for 8.2 and enter, which is this one here. Now another line from this end point to this point is 14.3. So line and move to your left for 14.3 and enter. Another line from this end point to this point here is 12.3. So L for line, end point upward for 12.3. All right. Another line from end point here to this point is 16.3. So L for line, end point, and enter 16.3. Now I'm gonna mirror these segments. So MI for mirror command, and window those objects, right click and specify first point of mirror line by clicking this midpoint, move your cursor upward and enter no. And I'm gonna create construction line because this to start my circle. So create a construction line for 11.3 from the midpoint between these two corners. So go to home. And I'm gonna create a construction line. So layer properties, create a new layer, click this icon, click this box, index color, select red, and click OK. And close. And make your construction line current. Alright, so L for line, enter, press the shift key, right click, and select mid between 2 points. So from this point and this point, move your cursor upward for 11.3. Now I'm gonna start my arc or circle for 22.5. So C for circle, click the end point, type D for diameter option and enter 22.5. I should change the layer now. So change this layer to 0 and make it current. There you go. So C for circle, type D for diameter option and enter 13.3 and enter. Repeat circle, type D for diameter option and enter 12.3, which is this one here. Now I'm gonna draw a line from in point to in point. Now trim the unwanted segments. So TR for trim command, enter twice. And just remove these ones here. This one, I don't want that. Delete that and delete this one. And I'm gonna remove this one. So delete. I'm gonna join the segment. So type J for join command and just window the whole thing. Now, I'm gonna move the object or turn the object by holding down the shift key and the wheel of my mouse at the same time and move it somewhere here. Alright, I'm gonna extrude this one. Looking from side view, extrude this one or from top view. You see, I want this to extrude from this point here to this corner. And if you look at it from top view, this is the distance here. I'm gonna change this one to shaded with visible hidden lines. So this is how it looks when you look at it from the top. So this is the extrusion. All right. So EXT for extrude command, or go inside the modeling panel, select extrude command, select the object you want to extrude, enter, and enter 6.4. All right. And from this corner, so this one here, the arc, I'm just gonna draw a rectangle instead of arc and use some fillet edge to create this curve. So I'm gonna bring this one to, or I could start from here. Okay, draw a line from this corner here, from this point, no, this one. From this corner to this corner, the distance is 28.7. So line. And move it upward for 28.7. And enter. Hold down the shift key and the wheel of your mouse. Turn this around. Copy. Selection. In point to in point. Another line, in point to in point. Another line, in point to in point. And when I join the segments, so J for join command, select that, select this one, select the line. So the reason why we turn on our selection cycling, this is what happened. It shows the object that's been touched, but we want the line, so just click that and enter. Now this is one object. All right. And the thickness for this one is this one here. Looking from top view is 19.2. So 19.2. So extrude. So EXT for extrude command. Select this object. Right click to enter. And move it to that direction for 19.2. And enter. I'm going to check the radius here. Radius is 22.5. So go to solid. Select fillet edge. Right click. Select radius option and enter 22.5. And click this edge. And enter. And enter again. And you can see the gap here. So what I'm gonna do is use Presspull command. So inside the solid panel, select Presspull command, or you can go to home and select Presspull command inside the modeling panel and hover over that area. Once it turns blue, left click, let go of your finger and just move your cursor to this direction and just click this edge here. This bottom part, I'm gonna extrude it from this point for 44.4. So this one here. I'm just gonna draw a line. So from in point, so this is gonna be our guide. So use construction line. So L for line, specify first point, shift right click and select end point here. And go to that direction, turn on your ortho mode for 44.4. And enter. Press pull command again. So press pull command, hover over this face and extrude it up to this direction. I'm just gonna change back my layer to 0 layer. And as you can see here, there's a gap. There's a cut here. See this one? For 2 units, looking from here. So 2 units here. And also looking from side view, you can see that there's a cut here. So this one. So what I'm gonna do is union the objects first. Okay, union the whole thing. Now this is one object. And draw a line from that end point. So shift right click, select end point, go downward for 2 units. And move across, shift right click, and select perpendicular point. Now what I'm gonna do is use press pull command. So press pull command. Inside the modeling panel, hover over that face and just push it up to this endpoint. So slice this one from, I'm going to draw a line from, now use the construction line again, layer 1, draw a line from this endpoint. Move your cursor to that direction for 13.6. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is change this one to wireframe maybe, or 2D wireframe. See, I could see the line now. So line from endpoint and click this endpoint. And also, I could delete this line now. And then now draw a line or use polyline. In point to that corner. In point. Now this time, turn on your polar tracking. It's easier. So L for line. In point to this end point. Go downward to end point and click this end point. I could erase my construction line now. Erase that. Oh, not yet. Line. Endpoint to endpoint. See this triangle? Now, join the sequence by typing J for join command. Click that, select that, and select that line. Now, this is one object. I'm just going to erase this one. And change this one to shaded with edges, and extrude this triangle to that direction, and I'm gonna use this one to subtract from this object to create this slanted portion. Alright, so inside the solid editing panel, select subtract command, this one here. Select the object you want to keep, right click, and select the object you want to use to subtract. There you go. I can delete this now. Delete this one. The next step is to create 2 holes. Poke a hole through this face. And the distance from the top to the center of the hole is, if you look at it from side view, The distance is 12.3. And the depth of the hole is 12.9 plus the height of the cone. And if you look at the height, you can see it from here. From front view, it's 12.3. And the distance between two holes is 20.4. Alright, so we'll start from the midpoint here. So L for line. And I changed it to layer 1 now for construction line. So L for line. From midpoint, go downward. This time turn on your ortho mode. Go downward for 12.3. And go that way. Because the distance between these two circles is 20.4. And half of that is 10.2. So line. From endpoint. And move to that direction for 10.2. Another line from endpoint and move to the opposite direction for 10.2. I'm just gonna hold down the shift key and the wheel of my mouse. And maybe what view is this here? Left view. No, back view. There you go. And I'm gonna draw these two circles with a radius of 1.6. So see for circle, I'm just gonna copy this circle from endpoint to endpoint and erase these lines. And the height of this cylinder or this hole is 12.9. So what I'm going to do is use extrude command. Select these circles and extrude it to that direction for 12.9. And I'm going to change this one to wireframe because I'm going to add a cone at the tip. So inside the modeling panel, click this drop down arrow if you don't see the cone and select cone from the choices here. And snap the center. Snap the quadrant. And the height of the cone is 1. So enter 1 as shown here. Okay, cone again. Snap the center. Snap the quadrant and enter 1. I'm gonna join, not join, but union the objects. So union the cylinder and cone. Right click again to repeat union, cylinder and cone. Now I'm gonna use these two objects to subtract. So subtract command. Select the object you wanna keep, right click, and select the objects you want to use to subtract. Alright. Now I'm going to change this to shaded with edges. And if you look at it from the back, you can see that end there is pointed because of that cone. And just to check this one quickly, I'm going to bring this to top view and use so solid, use section plane. Hard to see. I'm gonna use X-ray. Okay, section plane. And maybe cut it from this pointed side, the tip of this cone. And go upward. And see that cut there. So you can visualize what we just did. I'm just gonna delete this one to bring it back to its original state. Alright. And the next thing we're gonna draw are the two holes from the bottom, which is this one here. So the distance from the center of this hole to the end point is 19.4. So what I'm gonna do is use a construction line. So line from midpoint downward for 19.4. And the distance between these two circles is 10.2. No, it gives an error. I just want to make sure. Okay, looking from, yeah, it's 10.2 if you look at it from front view. See this one here? All right. So line from in point and enter 5.1. I'm just gonna copy this one. Copy. In point to in point. Now I could draw my circle. And the circle here is has a radius of 1.2. So C for circle, snap the in point and enter 1.2. Now I'm gonna erase my construction lines and hold down the shift key and the wheel of your mouse. I'm gonna delete that too and extrude these circles. So this is the height from this end point to this point. The height of extrusion is 17.4, and for the cone it is 0.7. All right, so extrude, so ext for extrude command, select these two and extrude it upward for 17.4 and enter. Now attach a cone. So go to home, cone, snap the center here, snap the quadrant, and the height of the cone is 0.7, so enter 0.7. I'm just gonna copy this cone, copy from center of that face, and snap and join, not join but union the segments, the objects. Click this one and this one again. I'm just gonna change this to X-ray. Now I'm gonna use those two objects to subtract. So subtract commands, click the object you want to keep, right click and select the objects you want to use to subtract. So this one and this one. And if I change this to shaded with edges, you can see the hole here with the pointed end here. I'm just gonna try to check by using X-ray. I'm gonna slice it from here, section plane, and go downward and inspect this one. All right, and I think we're good. Maybe change this to realistic. See this one here? So we're good. All right, just click that and delete to bring it back to its original state. And now I'm gonna poke a hole through this object here, and looking from side view, the bigger one, the first one here, the first circle, 2.8, no, I'm gonna delete this one. I annotated, the annotation is wrong. So from this endpoint to this endpoint is 13.3, which is this circle here, 13.3. All right, so I'm gonna extrude this one, the biggest circle. So this is the diameter. The extrusion is 6.1. So ext, so I'm just gonna use wireframe. So EXT for extrude command. Extrude a bigger one first to that direction for 6.1 and enter. And extrude this one. Right click to repeat extrusion, extrude command, and extrude the smaller circle for 19.4. So this is the one here. All right. Now I'm gonna join the segments or combined union command. Select this one and this one. Use subtract command. Select the object you want to keep, right click, and select the object that you want to use to subtract. And change this one to shaded with edges. And this is how it looked inside. Alright, and now I'm going to apply fillet. It's not shown here, but I'm going to apply fillet for 2 units, radius for 2 units. So go to solid, select fillet edge, right click, select radius option, and enter 2, enter, and go down to the command window and select chain. Select this edge, this edge, this edge here, this one, and this edge here. Okay, we'll see how it looks. Okay, right click, enter, and enter again. Just gonna change this to realistic. I should apply fillet on this edge here. So go to solid, select fillet edge, and click this edge here. Enter and enter again. And fillet edge. And I think we're done. So thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon to get notified for the next tutorial. And the next part would be the vice screw, which is this one here. And this handle. Alright, thanks for watching. See you again.